How do you decide on how to price your products and your services? That's a great question, and guess what? We're talking about that right now. Hey guys, it's Brandon from Sold With Video, and today we have another Q&A video for you. Today's question is a really good one, and I can't wait to get into it. So today's question comes from Marley Baird, and you can follow all of her social media profiles and handles right here and get more information about her and her social media business right here on her website. So the question is, your knowledge and skills and the value you provide for your clients is huge. How do you decide how to price your products and your services? Now, this is a great question. And I think the way to answer this is first to talk about what to avoid when pricing your products and your services. So as a brand new entrepreneur, one of the biggest things that people do is they look at their hourly rate. I know I did this, a lot of freelancers do this, a lot of people when they get into business, they do that as well. They look at what is my hourly rate, what did I earn at my job, and what do I want to make? And this is actually a huge mistake when you're pricing out your products and your services. And there's a couple of reasons why this is a mistake. Number one, you're running a business, you're not an employee, which means that when employers pay you an hourly rate, that's kind of an expense that they're putting out there. That's kind of how they package up the pricing of their products and services. They incorporate that into their products and services. Now, if you go from earning $25 an hour to now being on your own and charging $50 an hour, it may seem a little uncomfortable. You may not be used to charging $50 an hour, and you may think that may be worth too much, like your time is not that valuable. I can tell you right now, it definitely is, because here's the deal. As a business owner, you're not an employee, which means you have to pay your own overhead. You have to pay for your own marketing. You have to pay your own employees and contractors. And so when you start charging an hourly rate based on what you want to earn and make as an hourly rate, like take home, you have to incorporate all that other stuff in your pricing. So the worst thing you can do is look at what hourly rate you want to charge and then charge an hourly rate. And what's going to happen is when you start charging an hourly rate that's very low like that, and you don't take into account all this other stuff that you're going to have to pay for, you start realizing that you're actually working for maybe $10, $15, or $20 an hour, and all the work you have to put into it is not really worth it. So how do we go back to the original question? Like, what do we price our products? How do we price our services? So the biggest thing I look at is the value I'm adding into their life. So if I know if I'm creating a product, I look at, okay, my target market is business owners. How much value is this going to bring to their business? If I'm teaching them, like with Local Video Academy, I'm teaching students how to go and sell videos worth $2,000. Well, I'm okay charging $2,000 for that product because I know even if they bring in one extra client, they're breaking even and they get all the other training in here. Or I know that if it teaches them how to fulfill an order a little bit better and that person goes and recommends them to one of their business owner friends, they close the deal as well. So I know that I'm okay charging up to $2,000 for that product, or possibly even more, because the value is there. So if I look at my other programs, like how to start a YouTube channel and use YouTube as a tool for your business, I really look at, like, what is the value that's going there? If someone can create a successful, valuable YouTube channel, how much value does that add to their business? And I know it adds a lot. So what I start doing is looking at the value I'm adding, but then I also start looking at who I am attracting in, like who's going to buy this product, where are they at, and what can they afford. And so I start going in between the two of like what the value is going to be and how much can my audience afford to pay for that. And I can start to formulate different ideas on the pricing based off of that. Now, the one thing you're going to notice is that when you start attracting a better client, you can start charging a lot more. And what typically will happen is as you get into business and you start selling your products, and you start selling your services, most people will start taking on everyone and then eventually graduate to working with just higher end people. So you have less work that you can put more focus into and charge higher prices. And so there's really two things that I kind of take into account when I price, which is who is my clientele, what can they afford, number one, and number two is what kind of value am I bringing to them, and then I combine the two and come up with a price. And one more final note here is that you really have to look at what your client or clientele can afford, because what happens is if you're working with a high-end person, they're used to paying and being charged high-end prices, and if you come in too low, sometimes that's a little bit of a red flag. So you really need to look at who your clientele is, what can they afford, and what is the value you're bringing, combine them, and now you have your price. So hopefully, Marley, that helps you out. And if you have any more questions, leave them underneath this video. And again, if you guys want to follow Marley, go and follow any of her social media profiles here or in the description below. So that's it for this video. Now, if you guys want to learn how to use YouTube to grow your business and rank your videos and get more views and get more subscribers, check out our free webinar that we have. We're going to go over scripting and formats for videos to use. It's a free webinar playing right now that you can go and get. Now, if you want to learn how to master Facebook video ads and Facebook content and get views for a penny and get leads for under $1, we have that going on as well. Those are both completely free workshops that you can attend right now. So go watch that now, register, and we'll see you guys there. So that's it for this one. Brandon from Sold With Video, signing out. No, cut that out. Cut that out. Marley, where are you at?